Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Everything is Bad new Fangled motion picture show.
And we're back, Nolan.
Back from a magical journey
To the movie theater.
It's always a magical journey to the movie theater, though, Niall.
Yeah. Sometimes it's black magic, though.
Yeah.
So we just saw... Alright, so I'm Niall.
And I'm Nolan.
And this is Everything is Bad new Fangled motion picture show. But you should already got that from the bumper. That's what we made the bumper for. And we just saw 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah. I think a lot of people just call it 3 billboards.
Yeah, for short. A lot of people just call them 3 billboards. So as is tradition, we'll do a spoiler-free review bit at the beginning, and then we'll do we'll give you a warning, and then we'll do a spoiler, more in-depth review after that.
Yep.
Although, I guess there's some stuff to spoil, but there's not a big twist or anything in this movie, really.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna come out and say it. This movie was kind of weird, very dark, but also funny.
Yeah, there was some genuinely funny dialogue in it, but it's very dark with some very dark subject matter. Basically, as you might have gathered from the trailer, this woman's daughter is murdered.
Yep. And
the police have not found the killer. It's a year later, or something like that, or 10 months or something like that. And
9 or 10 months, I think.
She's upset, so she rents out these billboards saying, "Hey, what's going on? The police haven't found a killer yet." I think this event in itself, not the movie, but that specific event, I want to say that actually happened somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I remember reading reading an article or something about it. Anyway, yeah, and so it's just the goings on of this small town in Missouri where the police they're trying really hard to solve this murder, but this woman is, I'll come and say, I think she's being irrational.
Well, okay. So,
without spoiling anything.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I think the police force is
overwhelmed.
Well, no, you're not overwhelmed. Yeah, I mean, trying to solve that murder mystery is a bit much, I think, for this police force. I mean, this is a small town. There's one bar in the town.
Yeah, there's only a handful of police officers.
Yeah, so I think, it's a bit much. And I do think that they're not properly trained for something like that. And I do think that Woody Harrelson's character legitimately wanted to solve the mystery. It's not like he himself is just saying screw it and not trying.
Right.
I mean, but because he plays the chief of police. But I also understand her frustration.
Yeah. So anyway, basically, everything that goes on in this movie kind of revolves around putting up these billboards.
Yep.
And it's a lot of small town politics, and just crazy small town people who know everyone and they're in everybody's business.
Yeah.
And it's genuinely an amusing movie. I had a good time watching. I did feel the latter half was kind of slow, and made the movie feel a little longer than it was. I just dropped my phone.
Yeah. So
it's just about 2 hours, I think.
According to the IMDb, 1 hour 55 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, just about 2 hours, but it felt longer than that. And I think because the pacing of the second half, which really wasn't any different than pacing from the first half. Well, anyway, it just the pacing of the movie made it feel longer than it was. Not that it was boring, because I was entertained the whole time. It's just after seeing this whole movie, it just felt longer than it was to me.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some stuff that really could have been cut down or cut out.
Yeah.
In a feel like the movie, it's got been reviewed very highly by a lot of people, but I will say that the movie doesn't feel like it actually goes anywhere. Like, there's a major, very serious event that happens about 2/3 of the way through the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of like shakes things up, but like it felt like nothing was accomplished by the end of it. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the ending just felt kind of unsatisfying.
Right.
We'll get more into that in the spoiler part,
Yeah.
but like,
as far as performances though, Sam Rockwell, who I think is always great in everything
Yeah.
he's in, he was pretty good. He plays this idiot cop, not too bright. He was pretty funny, and then Woody Harrelson, he's good and everything too.
yeah, Woody Harrelson's pretty great, and I mean, I think I've liked him in everything I've seen him in.
Yeah.
McDormand, Francis McDormand,
Yep.
was really great. So yeah, I mean, everyone in the movie was great. Had Peter Dinklage in it
Yeah.
as the town midget, as they said.
They call him the town midget.
Well, he said, "I know I'm a dwarf who sells used cars and have a drinking problem, or whatever."
Yeah. Where like at one point, he's in his bar playing pool with another character, and Sam Rockwell tells him, like, "You're playing pool with a town midget," and Peter Dinklage says, "You know he's right. You are playing pool with a town midget."
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think ultimately what I say is I'd recommend going to see it.
Yeah.
It's a movie that's like kind of hard to explain to someone without like
Without spoiling it, really.
spoiling it and really like relaying like
what it's about. Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
It's gonna be one of those movies, though. It's gonna be a cult hit.
Yeah, probably.
I can tell. It's gonna be one of those sort of movies that like not everyone sees, but enough people it'll become their favorite movie, and there'll be that sort of movie. Like, what? You haven't seen 3 Billboards? Come on, I'm gonna sit you down right now. We're gonna watch 3 Billboards. It'll be that kind of movie.
Hold on, I need to grab my sack full of random stuff, and like throw toast at the screen or whatever.
Well, not like that. But like it'd be the kind, like, Fight Club or Pulp Fiction, that sort of movie where everyone's like,
Yeah.
What do you mean you haven't seen that movie, and you sit them down and watch it?
Yeah, it's just like it's a movie you have to experience. Like,
Yeah, or Blade Runner's like that too.
yeah, Blade Runner's like that. So yeah, I'd recommend going to see it. I don't think it's going to be in theaters for very long. There was like maybe 20 people.
No, it's a limited release anyway, I think.
Is it?
I think so. Maybe.
It was showing at pretty much all the theaters in town when I was looking at it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Not like the other movie we're seeing tomorrow. The man who made Christmas? The man who invented Christmas?
Yeah.
That movie's super limited release. But yeah, so go see it. If for nothing else, then Woody Harrelson is an enjoyable person to watch in a movie.
And Sam Rockwell as well.
So, alright. Now, spoiler part?
Yeah.
Man, did they blue ball us with the ending of this movie.
Yeah. You thought we got the killer, and then they didn't get the killer.
And then on top of that, we still don't know who done it.
Right. And we don't know because at the end, like, this guy that they think is the killer, well, they know he did something bad. So, Francis McDermott or whatever, and Sam Rockwell are like, well, let's go kill him. And they're driving off, and they're sitting there like, are you sure about killing this guy? No. We'll figure it out when we get there. And they just like drive off. Like, so did they do it? I don't know.
Yeah. There was a lot. I mean, there was a lot of funny lines in this movie.
Yeah. Like, Yeah, so the central character here, Frances McDermott, or how do you pronounce her name?
Frances McDormand?
Yeah.
Mildred?
Yeah, Frances McDormand. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She. Oh, that's what I was getting. The director is Martin McDonough. I was kind of like mixing their names up in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really unhinged after the death of her daughter.
After the rape of her daughter, who was killed by immolation.
Yeah, they burned her alive. And apparently, judging by the scorch mark, kind of like right outside her house.
Yeah.
Like, because these 3 billboards you can see from her house. Like,
Yeah.
her house sits up on this hill, and it looks down across the highway, and then there's the this field with these 3 billboards in it. And there's this spot, whenever a lot of the times throughout the movie when they're talking about how she was burned alive, it kind of like focuses on this scorched spot in the grass there and indicate, sort of hinting that's where she died. And so, anyway, yeah, she kind of was unhinged after that, and I don't know, she has it in her head that like the police are doing nothing, and like Woody Harrelson very patiently tries to explain to her, like, here's what we did, but there's no evidence to follow. And she's like, well, you should blood test everybody in town. He's like, well, that's against the law.
Yeah.
So, and
yeah, I feel really bad for Woody Harrelson in this, because like on top of having cancer, he's like trying to deal with this murder that he seems to genuinely want to solve, but just doesn't have the evidence to follow and the lead to follow to go deal with it, as well as trying to deal with this upset protagonist of ours, and also trying to wrangle his just inept, incapable, idiotic police force.
Yeah.
So, well, the one particularly
basically
inept,
Sam Rockwell's character.
Sam Rockwell's character. I mean, the rest
Dixon.
of them, like Dixon's not. Yeah, he's particularly inept, but the rest of them don't seem like real great either.
Yeah, but so at one point though, she goes to set fire to the police station.
Yeah.
Out of like, it's, I don't know, it's going to help or anything, but Sam Rockwell's character
She's
gets
angry
caught.
and frustrated.
Yeah, but he gets caught in the fire, and he's got like really bad burn scars for the rest of the movie. And at the end of the movie, she goes to tell him, she's like, I'm the one who set fire to the police station. He's like, well, who the hell else would it have been?
Yeah, like, no shit.
Yeah, I know. And they're both like sitting in this car together, like driving off to possibly go kill somebody. And he's like,
Yeah.
well, duh. I know. It's like, I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, and I mean, that guy was a real piece of work throughout the movie. I mean, in frustration, like after Woody Harrelson's character kills himself, which had nothing to do with the billboards.
Yeah, it was because he was dying of cancer. He didn't want his family to see him go that way.
Yeah, and I mean, he wrote a letter to Mildred before he died, basically saying, I'm not killing myself because of you. You're not that important.
But the rest of the town will think it's because of you, so you're gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah. And also, he anonymously pays for an additional month of her billboards being up, so that she has to deal with these billboards after the town assumes that he kills himself because of the billboards.
It's sort of a little like revenge.
Yeah. And he in the letter he apologizes for not being able to catch the killer before he died, and I mean it all feels genuine and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, his as a result of that, the Sam Rockwell's character,
yeah,
he goes into the ad agency, which is right across the street from the police station. Very convenient.
Yeah, the company that owns the billboards.
Again, very small town. He goes into the ad agency, which is up on the second floor of this building above a shop, throws the dude out the window, or beats the crap out of him, throws him out the window, Oh, he smashed the window the window on the door on his way in as well.
Yeah, and
he goes back out in the street, hits the guy a few more times with his baton, and goes back in the police station. Meanwhile, all of this is being witnessed by the replacement chief of police being sent by, I guess, the attorney general or someone to take over after Woody Harrelson's character offs himself. And he sees the whole thing go down. He's just like standing outside with his cup of coffee, watching him beat this guy in the street.
Yeah, then he goes in and fires Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, then he goes inside and fires Sam Rockwell.
He doesn't like arrest him for assault or anything, but he goes and fires him.
Yeah. But yeah, so.
But Woody Harrelson wrote him this letter, and I think there was a kind of a come to Jesus moment with him. When he realized that maybe I'm not the sort of person I should be, and
yeah, and he sort of redeems himself at that point in my mind, because once the fire starts, he actually grabs the case file that was still sitting on his desk, shoves it in his shirt, and runs through the flames. When he gets outside, now he's on fire. He has the thought to pull it out of his now on fire clothes and throw it away from himself to save the case file for that murder.
Yeah.
Which I think was very big of him.
And then he's also the one who nabs the guy who we think is the murderer, and
then is revealed to not be.
Revealed to not be once after DNA test, but he's responsible for nabbing that guy who, from his story that he was bragging about his buddy, he did rape somebody.
And light them on fire.
But he didn't rape and murder this woman's daughter. Someone else's daughter, but not her daughter. So he actually, he does some good police work, and is quick thinking on his feet when he...
Because Woody Harrelson, earlier in the movie, when he was trying to talk to Mildred about the case, he mentions that sometimes these cases, they're unsolvable at first, and then 5 years later, someone just happens to hear someone bragging about something in a diner somewhere, and they cracks the case back open, and they catch the guy. And so it feels like, oh, this is that moment. He just happens to be in this bar.
When he hears this guy bragging to his friends, so he goes and he starts a fight with him so he can scratch him and get the DNA under his fingernails, and they can run the test, and he gets the guy's license plate number and everything, and then it turns out not to be the guy.
Yeah, the guy's like an iron-proof alibi because he was in Iraq, probably, we're guessing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this movie takes place in the mid-2000s, judging by the cell phones and stuff. Yeah. So, probably Iraq. Which means he probably raped and lit on fire a local, which is really shitty as well.
Yeah. This guy was a real total creep anyway.
Yeah, he had made an appearance earlier in the movie where he was like really creeping up on Mildred. But yeah, the movie just feels like it doesn't go anywhere. The only eventful thing that really transpires is Woody Harrelson kills himself, which has nothing actually to do with the titular Billboards.
Yeah, and that's a little more than halfway through the movie, maybe. Yeah, it's just the movie kind of meanders. I mean, it's still an entertaining movie. I had a good time watching it. But yeah, you get to the end, and there's not much payoff.
Yep.
Because the case isn't solved, and we're nowhere. Nothing has really changed.
Yep.
We're not in a different state of being here.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was. It was a good movie. I probably don't care to see it again.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of good movies. Like, I had, like, people loved, and I really liked Inception.
Yeah,
but I have no desire to ever see it again because it's that kind of movie that once you've seen it, it's like, well, there's nothing.
Suspense movies are hard to rewatch.
Yeah, there's no value in re-seeing certain types of movies, and this is one of those, I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah, recommend go see it.
yeah, I'd say go see it.
So tomorrow we are gonna go see The Man Who Invented Christmas,
Yes.
and the video for that might be up later today. I'm guessing this one is not coming up tonight.
No.
So this is probably going up the day after we see 3 Billboards. So later tonight we might have another one to go up, or will it go up Monday?
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, well.
We'll see how tomorrow plays out.
And then next week is next week the week of nothing? Yeah. Next week's the week of nothing, because no one wants to be
the week before
Star Wars. As I recall. Let's see. There's The Shape of Water, which, as much as I like Guillermo del Toro, that's just...
Well, I don't know. I mean, if it's actually Abe Sapien in that movie.
I don't think it's actually Abe Sapien in that movie.
Because it could totally be Abe Sapien, right?
Yeah.
Or the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like a creature from the Black Lagoon. So... Yeah, there might not be anything next week. We'll see what happens. But then after that, Star Wars, and we are seeing the shit out of that. We're seeing so much of that.
Yeah.
How many times do you think? 4, 5 times in theater?
How many times did you see The Force Awakens? 3?
I think I saw it 4. I saw Rogue One 4 times.
I don't remember. You and I saw Force Awakens opening night. I took Mom and Dad to see it.
Yep.
But you weren't with us.
I wasn't?
I don't think so. Or we saw it.
Oh, I thought I was. Because I remember Mom being upset about Han Solo's death afterward.
Yeah, but I thought she was talking to
I don't know.
later.
But then,
I can't remember going with them and not you.
I saw it with some friends of mine.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I saw it 3 times. I saw Rogue One twice in theaters.
Yeah. But anyway, so we'll see Last Jedi, and we'll review it. That'll be in a couple weeks. And then after that is The Disaster Artist, right? It's December 20th.
Yeah, it's Disaster Artist.
Which they don't have here on the upcoming on IMDb. What the heck? Oh, what's going on?
I don't know.
Isn't it? Or is that January? Not January, is it?
No, I thought it was December.
We've also got Jumanji. We're seeing that, right?
Yeah, I want to see Jumanji.
And then The Greatest Showman is the rest of December. I'm looking at January here. Some stuff we want to see, but I'm not seeing. And let's just do a straight up search for The Disaster Artist. See when it comes out. 8 December. That's next Friday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that somewhere. We're gone that weekend though.
It's also not showing in the upcoming up for December 8th on IMDb. That's really weird.
Oh well,
yeah.
Figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Anyway,
we're seeing maybe that's what we're seeing in the week of nothing. Is a Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
So. All right. So that's it for this newfangled motion picture show. Until the next one. Thanks for listening.
So long.
Good luck and good night.
Good night.
Good night and good luck. I had that mixed up. Bye.